I know that Ramadan is finally over and I finally get to see this movie while eating a popcorn. And I know this movie is very late. How many days too late? And I'm finally reviewing this movie for you. Well, at least I get to eat a popcorn while watching this movie.
Like we used to do.
Incredibles 2 is the sequel to the first Incredibles movie that was released 14 years ago, and this movie is still directed by Brad Bird. Now this movie, Incredibles 2, tells the story that continues left off after the first movie, and now superheroes is still considered illegal to the world. But now there is a movement where they're going to bring supers back into the sunlight, where they're going to bring superheroes into a legal thing, and the only thing to do is with Elastigirl to fight crime, while the Incredibles family with Bob Parr, Mr. Incredible, to take care of the children. And now as crimes is taking over, it's up to either Elastigirl or the Incredibles family team itself to save the day. To be honest, I know that Incredibles 2 was another movie that I'm expecting to see, because I remember when I was young, when I was at the age of 2, my mom showed me The Incredibles. It's a Pixar movie. Pixar was actually one of the movies that I watched when I was young, and I'm finally back to reunite with Pixar. The problem is I never get to review Pixar movies, for example like Finding Dory, and that was 2 years ago. Also for Cars 3, because it got a late release for this movie. And however, I know Pixar had issues with the marketing when it comes to trailers. They released trailers that doesn't give much, for example like a 1-minute teaser or basically a sneak peek, and when they released the final trailer, that would just give you as much information that could get us to understand the movie. For example like Illumination, they would give you a sneak peek of some scenes that they're planning to do, and they won't give you much about the movie. They won't give away about the movie, unlike nowadays movie trailers. But for Incredibles, when I walked into the theater, I did not see the IMAX, to be honest. I walked into the theater and I feel like I was watching the big screen. I was back in my childhood times watching this movie, and now 14 years later I'm finally back again to watch a movie like this. I remember seeing this on TV, and now I'm back again to see it in theaters, the sequel to a superhero Pixar movie, and I know how Pixar does with this movie. I have to say that I feel like I enjoyed watching this movie. Now for a thought, yes, this was actually a very good animated movie. I mean, it's a 14-year-old movie. It's a sequel based on a 14-year-old Pixar movie, and it's actually worth the wait. It wasn't bad at all. We left off from where we started. We get right into the scene with a little bit of an interrogation scene. And I know how Pixar movies works. I mean, this is a sequel to a Pixar movie, and I know how it works. First, we introduce the main character, and second of all, we introduce in the sequel, we just introduce to the second part, if you get what I mean. Let's say Cars, for example. Cars focuses on Lightning McQueen, and then the sequel focuses on Mater, and then the third focuses on everyone, especially Lightning McQueen. Toy Story does the same thing. Toy Story focuses on between Woody and Buzz Lightyear. The sequel focuses more on Woody, and the third focuses more on, well, both of them, but mostly everyone. And this time, in the sequel, the first Incredibles focuses on Mr. Incredibles, as he's basically struggling in trying to keep the family together, as trying to bring supers back. And the sequel, it is the same thing, but this time it's the other way around. Elastigirl is trying to save the day and trying to discover the villain, the screenslaver, while Mr. Incredible is basically at home trying to take care of the students and make sure that everyone is okay at home. And there are lots of things that you can expect from this movie. However, that's how Pixar works basically. Pixar, when it comes to Pixar problem, I'm not saying that Pixar really have problems in making movies, but Pixar is solving a problem. The first Incredibles movie, what if superheroes have feelings? What happens to superheroes if they're legal? How do superheroes interact when they're basically illegal, living underground, and basically try to live as a normal family? And the same does for the sequel too. How does a mother take care of the world while his father is basically, the father must take care of all the students, all the kids at home? And basically that's how Pixar tries to reorganize with the movie. First of all, I'm gonna say that when it comes to bringing back to the Incredibles, I really enjoy Michael Giacchino. Shout out to him for doing a great score, and I really loved it. There are really some elements that I enjoyed from him. For the characters, I really do enjoy the characters. You get some new superheroes that you get to see, like very classic superheroes. You get more of Frozone, and then you get Elastigirl, who's basically on a mission, and Elastigirl's basically being tough, and basically she's being a role model trying to save the world. I mean, it's not feminism as well. I'm not saying that feminism sucks, but what Elastigirl is doing is that they're trying to bring supers, and the only way is that you use Elastigirl. What about Mr. Incredible? Mr. Incredible is trying trying to be a very good father. He tries not to freak out, and he's trying to take care of all the students. And I like all the kids. I like Dash. Dash did good, and Vowell's been having problems with the issues with her boyfriend. And Jack Jack is something you can expect from him, because Jack Jack, I know he's the cutest, but there are some hilarious moments with Jack Jack. There's not much I can say with this movie, but you're gonna love this movie. For a Pixar movie, what can I say? It's a sequel to the Pixar movie. Is it worth the wait? Well, I'm gonna say this, but Incredibles 2 is Pixar's incredible sequel, worth the wait, not 14 years too late. I'm sorry for the pun or the rhymes, but that's how I can say. And since I did not see it in IMAX, I mean, what do I say about IMAX? It's an epic, incredible experience for a Pixar sequel in IMAX. Yes, Pixar, I know I love IMAX. I could have watched this movie in IMAX, but I had to watch this like personally because I had issues with the IMAX theater lately. For somehow they're trying to schedule with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is a movie you can still watch from now on. And I'm trying to make this review as simple as possible. But really, this is finally the Pixar movie that I get to review. Why didn't I review Finding Dory? Why didn't I get to review Cars 3? Well, I mean, I watched this movie personally, but this one is actually one movie that I want to review, and I get to see this with you guys. I know now it's summer, and now I can do whatever you want. I mean, I'm basically free. I'm totally do whatever I want. I can review this movie, just watch any movie, maybe watch some 13 Reasons Why once working on this review, and yep, maybe wait for Ant-Man and the Wasp. I might see this with my friend basically, but yeah, that was my review on Incredibles 2. Have you seen it? What did you think of the movie? Let me know in the comments below. And happy Eid Mubarak from Baldy. Sorry, I had to show you that picture. I mean, it's on Twitter for sure. But yeah, that was my review on Incredibles 2. Here's the outro. That is all for this video. If you do enjoy this video, give it a like. That would be very helpful. And in the description, you'll find the link so you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. I appreciate you guys for watching this, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.